Good evening again, people. It's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Before we get into it, as always, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, and share all of your thoughts and opinions on today's video in the comment section down below. It's 2 days before the game. We all know what that means. It's predicted 11 time. Jesse Marsch has not had a press conference today. However, I just thought I'd jump on and still give my overall thoughts on who I believe will be in the starting 11 against Tottenham on Saturday afternoon down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. A game, obviously it's the last game before the World Cup. The England squad got announced today. A few England players will be in the Spurs team, so they may be playing a little bit differently. They won't want an injury ahead of the World Cup, will they? So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Obviously, we had the Carabao Cup tie last night against Wolves, which we did unfortunately lose out 1-0, where Jesse Marsch made 10 changes. Only Jack Harrison started against Bournemouth as well. Which, as I said last night on my match review, which if you haven't already, please go and check that out. I did say last night, that was very telling as to who will play against Spurs. Don't get me wrong, he could very well still go with Harrison from the start against Spurs, but something tells me, I've got a feeling that he may not in this one. Let's just get into it, shall we? So my predicted 11 for Tottenham is as follows. Obviously, we'll be going with the 4-2-3-1. That's not a wide 4-2-3-1, which it should be. It'll be the stupid narrow system, won't it? But we're playing against the top 6 club. So are we going to get another Anfield result? Are we going to get another Chelsea? Who knows? I think Tottenham do play a little bit differently to Chelsea and Liverpool. So it may... Look, I think whatever happens, it'll be a seriously tough game. But yeah, 4-2-3-1, Illan Meslier in goal. He had a rest last night. Obviously, we saw Joe Robles, who I thought was decent, but obviously it will be Meslier in goal. The back four, I do think, will be unchanged. I think it will be Christensen, Koch, Cooper and Pascal Struijk. I think Christensen's obviously had his call up to the Denmark squad for the World Cup, which is amazing for him. Thoroughly deserved as well. I think he's been probably the most improved player so far this season. He didn't have a great start, but in recent weeks he has really come on leaps and bounds. Unfortunately, Mr. Robin Koch did not get a call up for Germany. Now, I've seen a bit of a mixed reaction to that on social media today. I can understand why people think he should have gone, but I can also understand why he didn't as well. I think he's had a good start to the season, but he's not been consistent. No, sorry, he has been consistent fairly. I think he's only had a couple of bad games, but I think those couple of bad games have probably what swayed it for other people. Cooper's obviously not going to the World Cup as he's Scottish, unfortunately for him. That is not a joke at any Scottish people, by the way. I was just making a joke about the World Cup. You have to say that because there's a lot of snowflakes out there. Obviously at left back, Pascal Struijk. I don't think Pascal's been called up to the Holland squad, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm not sure if he has or not. The double pivot then, Mark Rocker and Tyler Adams, of course. Tyler Adams has been called up to the America squad. Interesting, because England will be playing against him, so we'll have to maybe not like him for 90 minutes. Mark Rocker, again, I'm unsure as to whether the Spain squad's been announced. Obviously, there's him, Rodrigo and Diego Llorente that could get a call up there. I would have included Firpo in that conversation, but what is the point? In fact... What's the point in mentioning Llorente in that conversation, really? I don't think the Spain squad's been announced either, but Mark Rocker could well be in there. I don't think he will be, though, at the same time. Again, similar to Koch, I think he's had a good start, but there's been... Last few games he's not been great, in my opinion. Tyler Adams... I've said it numerous times, probably his best signing so far this season. Future Leeds United captain, yada, yada, yada. unbelievable player, and I think he'll cause England a lot of issues in the World Cup. I really do. The three in behind the striker, then this is where it gets a bit interesting. So on the left, I think Somerville will keep his place, and rightfully so. He scored 3 goals in 3 games now. Brendan Aronson will be playing in the number 10. And out on the right, my feeling is that Gnonto is going to get a start in the Premier League. Yes, he came on last night, but only for about 15 minutes. It wasn't long. So hopefully, I'm praying that Jack Harrison does get a rest, because he was woeful last night and hasn't been great for a few weeks now. Gnonto deserves a chance after his impact against Bournemouth, in my opinion. And up front, it will be Rodrigo, as obviously Patrick Bamford is made of glass and got injured taking a penalty. How do you get injured taking a penalty? I do not know, but he did, and it's the most Patrick Bamford thing I've ever heard in my life. Patrick Bamford will probably be injured for this game. Joffrey came off with an injury, so it's obviously going to be Rodrigo. He's our top goal scorer this season. 7 goals in 13 games is a pretty good return, but it doesn't tell the full picture of how he's actually been performing. A lot of them goals have been tap-ins, penalties. The only decent maybe finishes scored, you could argue the Wolves one, near post finish, and the Chelsea header. Other than that, it's been tap-ins and penalties, which, don't get me wrong, he's got to be in those positions to score, and I get that. But it doesn't, just because he's our highest goal scorer, that doesn't tell the whole story, really, does it? So yeah, that's my predicted 11 against Spurs. Yeah, look, it will be a tough game. I will be back tomorrow night with my match preview in more detail, where I'll go into it more about how I think the game will go. Do I think we're capable of getting something? Yes. Do I think we will? I'm not sure. Hopefully within the next 24 hours I'll have an answer for you on that in my upload tomorrow. But if you've enjoyed this one, as I said at the beginning, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.